Namaste. Dear friends, today is an auspicious day. A great mystic, Osho, is born on December the 11th, 1933. The difference between a mystic and an ordinary man is that he utilizes the human birth on earth for realizing his essential nature, whereas common man wastes his human life in petty things. Both of them pass through same phases of childhood. In childhood, they are conditioned by parents, teachers, education, and after completion of education, it is natural to get attracted towards the opposite sex, and some get married and get entangled in that, in the family system. And they waste time in a sense that they have no time for doing self-inquiry, for which we are born on this earth. The earth provides everything to us for doing self-inquiry. But very rarely human being is interested in it. He has got many desires, clingings, longings to become something. Meanwhile, he develops some diseases, old age, and death finishes him off. That's the fate of majority of humanity. A child is born as tabula rasa with dormant tendencies. The tendencies have to be expanded. During expanding tendencies, we will know our nature, inner nature. Then, during expanding those tendencies, we release the consciousness that is apparently imprisoned in those tendencies, in the conditioning. The conditioning is an artificial phenomenon, a network of thought. It's only an apparent prison of consciousness. Consciousness can never be imprisoned. Consciousness is like a sky. Sky cannot be imprisoned. But if you develop a pot, there will be sky in the pot also. That's a different thing. The sky in the pot and the sky outside are not different. Ghatakasha and Mahakasha, they are the same. It is never imprisoned. It is only illusion that our consciousness is imprisoned. So, to know the illusion as illusion, who am I question is profound for humanity. It pertains to whole humanity. It's very important. Our conditioning is wrong conditioning. The society conditions us in such a way that the child is enslaved to its purposes. So he is imprisoned in that conditioning. Any intelligent man can observe that world is in disorder and his inner is also is in disorder. So one has to explore why the inner and the outer are in a disordered condition. Any intelligent man explores that. It's an important thing. It's the first thing in life which has to be done. Later on, we can do anything we like. First, we have to realize what we are. In waking state, we are aware of our thoughts. In dream state, we are aware of the dream. In sleep, we are aware of the sleep. But in sleep, there is no mind to express that you are aware. On waking, you say that I slept very well, I slept happily, I have no thoughts in deep sleep. Some say that consciousness is an epiphenomenon. Consciousness is not an epiphenomenon. The thoughts, the dream, the sleep, they are all epiphenomena. The ego is an epiphenomenon. But consciousness is a witness to all this. The witness is not an epiphenomenon. It is never born and never dies. You can observe it for yourself. In self-inquiry, we observe that epiphenomena. Then, if we observe it non-judgmentally, with choiceless awareness, witnessing consciousness, Sakshitattva, there is radical revolution in what is, and there is transmutation in the way of life. There is radical change in the way of life, in the way of thinking. At present, ego is directing our way of life because we are not aware that we are the consciousness. What is ego? Ego is conditioning. So conditioning is dictating our action. Conditioning is limited. So our action is limited. The limited action brings residue of non-understanding and leaves it as experience. And that experience is stored in memory cells and it adds to the ego. So ego is strengthened. So ego, its activity, its fruit of action, they are all a single process, each strengthening itself. It's a vicious circle. So we have to get out of that vicious circle. Who am I? In self-inquiry, breaks that vicious circle. In witnessing consciousness, we see the activity, we comprehend the activity of ego. Once the ego activity is comprehended, ego activity slowly reduced and finally dies. Then there is spontaneous activity. In spontaneous activity, the action is complete. So there is no residue of non-understanding. When there is no residue of non-understanding, there is no smoke of ego. So there is no question of ego rising again. So all saints, they function from awareness and they act without doership because there is no doer, there is no ego, there is no me, there is no mine. So the action is complete. Once the action is complete, ego smoke will not arise. When ego smoke will not arise, there is no obstruction to the self-effulgence of pure consciousness. You are the pure consciousness. So, if at all you are serious in life, and life is only for serious people, you have to inquire both the outer world and the inner world, the ways of the outer world and the ways of your mind, the ego. You can comprehend the both. Once you comprehend, the problems are lessened. There is a distance between you and the problem. You can observe the problem. In the very seeing of the problem disappears because we comprehend it in its totality. The problem reveals itself to the passive awareness and dissipates. So the problem dissipates. Any problem like anger, jealousy, ambition, violence, greedy, fear, stinginess. These are the contents of the mind. And once you observe them, and if you comprehend them, they disappear. An intelligent man explores both outer and the inner. There is nothing wrong in exploring the outer world also. Exploring the outer world is science. It makes the humanity more comfortable. The inner exploration, which is vital, leads to realization that you are pure consciousness, indestructible, birthless, deathless, eternal, blissful, ecstatic. Ecstatic means you are different from body-mind complex. That is the meaning of ecstasy. Though we understand it as this, it's a different thing. The literal meaning is we are different from body-mind complex. That is the reality. Everything is available inside during exploration. Consciousness is intelligence. Every human is intelligent because every human is conscious. His nature is consciousness, so he is intelligent. To know is the nature of intelligence. So that is enough. For novices in self-inquiry, there is distraction in the initial phases, but there is no need to get frustrated. Distraction is part of self-inquiry. Just aware that you are distracted for 1 hour, okay, no problem. Perseverance is the key for success. If you do persistently self-inquiry, the awareness increases. The level of awareness increases. Its stake increases. Unawareness gradually decreases. The number of hours you are aware, while you are eating, while you are walking, while you are practicing, while you are talking like this, and if you are aware, just a witness, uh, the number of hours increases. And later on, this watchfulness, this awareness, this choiceless awareness, non-judgmental awareness, crystallizes, and you become a watcher on the hill. You are a watcher. You are a watcher to everything. Don't judge anything. This is good and that is bad. Even while doing self-inquiry or in the outside world, it is none of your business. Just witness it. As you go on doing self-inquiry, thought traffic decreases, and one fine day, thought comes to a standstill. But don't get excited. If you get excited, then thought again starts. Be aware, that's all. Your nature is awareness. Your nature is watchfulness. Your nature is watchfulness. If you explore both inner and outer, you can be rich in both dimensions. There is nothing wrong. You can lead a rich life. If you live intensely, because this is a rare opportunity, uh, birth on this planet, and human birth is a rare opportunity. You can realize who you are. There's an opportunity. So if you live intensely every moment, there is no death. Death is only for those who are already dead. They look like living people, but those who live according to past, are dead people. There is no spontaneous response to the present. If there is no spontaneous response to the present, how can you say that you are living? So, majority of the humanity are living a dead life. For them, definitely death is there. But for those who live intensely, they jump even into death. They are not afraid. Socrates is very much interested. Even while taking poison, he is more interested in exploring death. He is not afraid of taking poison. That is the position of a person who lives intensely. The paradox is that for those who voluntarily jump into death, they become deathless. For those who lead a dead life, for them, death is definitely there. So, kindly do self inquiry and explore both inner and outer. You have potential to become a sage and a scientist. Namaste.